Final day of the Big Ten men's regular season, highlighted by round 2 of the battle for Mitten State supremacy. Michigan knocked off Michigan State early in the year in East Lansing. Yaxa Lendeborg had 19 in the first half of the rematch, and then things get a bit chippy. Jeremy Fears loses the ball. In the process, kicks Elliot Cadeau. We've seen this before. After review, Fears did receive a technical. On the other end, after the make, Adai Mara shoves Carson Cooper in the back, and after that review, Mara gets teed up. Later, Wolverines up by 3. Spartans turn it over. Trey McKinney picks it up, lays it in. But watch what happens after the basket. After McKinney scores, clearly knocks the ball out of Jackson Kohler's hand. Stop me if you've heard this before. After review, he gets a technical. Let's get back to some actual basketball now. Wolverines up by 4 on the run. Roddy Gale Jr. here, Namari Burnett there. Spartans love to push after makes. We go the other way. Jeremy Fears, Carson Cooper, alley-oop me. Thank you very much. Michigan leads by 1 at the break, 42-41. Wildly entertaining game. We're now tied at 53 in the second. Jackson Kohler can knock down the triple. Kohler had 23. Michigan State up by 3, but Michigan answers on the other end. Yaxa Lendeborg, the reverse. One-handed thunder chunky may have clinched Big Ten Player of the Year honors with his performance on Sunday as well. Now a crazy sequence for the Wolverines, up by 2. Lendeborg, the ill-fated alley-oop, batted down. McKinney gets it back for the 3, part of an 11-0 game-changing run for the Wolverines. Spartans down by 7, trying to make a push. Cohen Carr left alone in the lane. That's typically a bad idea because nobody windmill jams like Cohen Carr. The lead is now 5, but Michigan would not give it up. A tested team that has all the answers. Lendeborg, 5 of 6 from behind the arc, had a game-high 27, and Merez Johnson, do not sleep on the big fella. The exclamation point. 2 of his 18. Michigan 90-80. Dusty May and company, a seemingly hard-to-believe 19-1 in the Big Ten this season.
As long as we don't change, we have a lot of ball in front of us. We've heard a lot about this super team, and as a staff, we felt like we had a super team, and so we went back and we looked at it, and we're Ken Palm, I think 11 preseason. I think that was the highest metric. We're AP 7. I think most of the publications had us right around 7, which is not typical for a super team or superpower, whatever you want to call it. But these guys, because they're super teammates, they become a super team. Like our secret sauce is how great of teammates these guys are, period. We've tried to take a step back and analyze this group, the steps, the processes, and the only thing that we feel like we're elite at is being a great teammate every minute of every day. We still have a lot to improve on as far as the basketball side, as far as the growth as players, as people, but we're all moving in the right direction.
Rick Pizzo now joined by Mike DeCourcy. You just saw some highlights from Yaxa Lendeborg, the likely Big Ten Player of the Year. You just heard comments from Dusty May, the likely Coach of the Year. But, Mike, I think it's telling that the first thing Dusty May wanted to talk about, not his stars, but the entirety of the team, the chemistry, the connectedness, and we saw it with the bench play on Sunday for the Wolverines.
Yeah, they have a few more superpowers than he's acknowledging.
Yes,
Yaxa Lendeborg can guard anybody in the country. That sort of helps. But they began the season, or they reached the pinnacle of the season with 8 starters. And now they're down 1 with LJ Case's injury. But we saw huge contributions against Michigan State from the 2 who remain, Roddy Gale and Trey McKinney. Those 2 guys combined for 25 points. They were 8 of 13 from the field, and Gale had 3 assists. They were some of the biggest plays of this game. This assist right here, this is the game breaker to Lendeborg. You see Lendeborg's versatility, can not only guard, but can also dunk and shoot from 3. Just a tremendous player. And that bench contribution, people always talk about bench points. I don't care how many points you get off the bench. Can you get minutes? Can you stay the same team, or in some cases elevate if you go to your bench? And that's what Michigan's superpower really is.
And just think of how much fresher that keeps this Michigan team. They also, of course, received that triple bye. Won't start in the Big Ten tournament until Friday. Certainly right now behind Duke in terms of overall seeding. But based on what happens in the ACC and the Big 12 tournament, should Michigan win the Big Ten tournament, not out of the conversation in any way, shape, or form for the #1 overall seed.